Have you ever been in a town and seen a real live fabric quilt that as part of their decoration has been staple gunned to a post and onto brick pedestals? The only place I think that you would find this is Panguitch, Utah. In Panguitch, Utah, not only do they have a quilt on display like this that's weathered, it's a cathedral window quilt too, just so you know, but look at how it's weathered and faded. I wonder how often they have to replace this. But they have a Quilt Walk Park. And at the Quilt Walk Park, they have an entry here, and then they have stamped concrete with quilt blocks on there. Can you see that? But they have a monument, and on this monument is to honor these pioneers from 1864, and it's an actual quilt monument in bronze, and it's on a pedestal or platform of snow, and you can see more snow rocks along the way. But what happens is 1864, there was a group of hardy pioneers that were coming across the plains in the mountain snows, and to save their family from starvation, they all prayed together. And when they got up from their prayer, their inspiration to their prayer was to use quilts to walk on in the snow. And there were 8 men that prayed and then came up with the conclusion that that's what they would do. And this is one of the pioneers, and you can see he's standing on a quilt right here. And this quilt is a log cabin pattern, and it is just gorgeous. And you can see the different fabrics and things that they've used, different prints in this bronze sculpture. Here's the mountain men of the hardy pioneers. And then here he is throwing out another quilt for them to take their next steps on. This quilt is a 9-patch quilt with sashing in between and different blocks. And he's throwing it out. It has such movement to this beautiful sculpture. Underneath the quilt, if you're wondering, if you can see the quilting patterns, there's nothing marking it underneath. But of course, us quilters would look at something like that. It just rained here, so there's a little bit of water. But here is the snow that they were standing on. And then here's the pioneer. It's got a cute little satchel right there. And then there's such action to this. You can see his scarf is in movement from the wind, the cold, harsh winds. And then here he is. What a phenomenal piece of artwork and sculpture. And this is in Panguitch, Utah, a small town in Utah. And it's a quilt park, a Quilt Walk Park. Did you ever know that something like this existed? I didn't. They have a festival the second week of June, and I want to come. So here you go. I hope you enjoy this little bit of quilting history. It's Deanna with Stitches Quilting.